Everything begins and ends in love. Welcome back to Being Omni. I am Hillis, and today I would like to share with you this gift I received, a story actually, that I received, a vision that I witnessed through the eyes of one of my dear clients. And everything truly begins and ends in love. I can never tell this story without being emotional because it means so much to me. And I hope that this resonates and means so much to you. And the reason why I personally know that everything begins and ends in love is because of this. It's this story, it's this vision. No matter how traumatic, no matter what we have experienced in this life, no matter the choices that were made, no matter how hurtful or harmful, this vision, this story, this gift is proof for me to know that everything begins and ends in love. So, a few years ago, I had a client who was sexually abused, and she came to me for help. And I believe this was the second session. I'm not sure, but in this session, her and I went into the space that was created for her. And in the moment, as we arrived into this space, we went to what is called the part of the life selection process. This is stage 2, to where we get to choose our family, our friends, strangers, encounters, to plan our life. And she points out to each soul, saying, you're going to be my mother, you're going to be my father, you're going to be my sibling, etc., and so on. And then she finally gets all the way around to the other side of the table, almost exactly opposite of her. And she says, you're going to be the one to hurt me. So you're going to be the one to abuse me. And the soul kindly replied and said, no, I cannot. It is not in my nature to hurt you. I love you. And she said, no, you have to hurt me. And the soul kindly replied again and said, no, I cannot. I cannot hurt you. It is not in my nature to hurt you. And a third time she said, you must hurt me so I can remember who I am. And when I saw this moment, this is the result, because it was proof for me. Oh, but let me go back. And as she said, you must, so I can remember who I am. The soul replied, said, if it's to help you remember who you are, then I will do. But know that I love you. I do this because I love you. I will hurt you because I love you. And she began the process, the whole remembering of the choosing, the so forth and so on. So I'm just a bit, as you can see. But when I saw this, when I felt this, and what I felt in that moment was pure love for who she was, who she is, what she chose. That's what I felt. I didn't feel any pain. I felt only love. And this is how I know everything begins and ends in love. And as I sit here and I say this, and although this may sound cliche or a bit of a storyline to people, because there are moments that I recall, people telling me, getting spankings and getting whoopings and things like that, getting punished. It's like, I do this because I love you. And I look at that and I see that, and everything makes sense because of that one moment. That one moment, that minute, those 2 minutes that I was gifted this vision of what it was, from the beginning, what it is, that the trauma that we experience, sometimes the abuse, sexual, domestic, verbal, a punishment, a whooping, a spanking, you know, these are all catalysts. These are all catalysts to help us to remember our true nature of self. Because if we didn't have these moments, we wouldn't be triggered to go on a path. We wouldn't be triggered to go on this path of understanding who we are, knowing and wanting to know who we are, wanting to know why did this happen to me. And in the process, we unravel something much deeper. We unravel the truth of who we are. We unravel the strength. We unravel the courage. Even though, people, in the moment, we feel that we are weak, that we lost our voice. We lost every aspect of ourselves in that moment of whatever happened. Sometimes we live in regret because of what happened. But let this be a catalyst to let you know that you're strong, that you're confident, that you can do it and withstand anything, that you are strong and know what you truly realize. And let this be your badge of honor. I don't say wear it proudly, but let this be known unto you that regardless of what happened, what transpired, that you carry a strength that others would die for. There's a light inside of you, yet may be dimmed, but through this experience, you find yourself. We live in the darkness, we live in the shadows. We do this because there's this shame of what people may think if I express my story. I've been uh, in that situation where I've been verbally abused, domestically abused. Just take it because this was life. But I realized that there's much more. And my path, my purpose is to be of service. Because of this, and to my mission has always been to be of service, to let others know you're not alone on their journey, on their path, and you're not. And so this was proof enough for me to know that there is God. God exists. There's always a plan. It may not be the best plan, but it's the plan that is right for us to step into the path of remembrance, to step into the path of knowing, to have this catalyst catapult us, to move us, to motivate us, to fill us with so much, dare I say, anger, shame, regret, all of it that weighs us down, that we want to pick ourselves back up. That there's this innate desire, this will to say enough is enough. And yeah, it can be a lot. It is a lot to carry. It's a lot to hold, and you don't have to carry or hold it alone anymore. You can let it go. You can be free from it. It's just one of those things that when we simply allow ourselves to know, to feel, to be, to have, let that be enough. Know in your heart that you are loved. Know in your heart that you are cared for. And if you are ever in any of these moments reliving any a moment, a memory, a situation that hurt you or harmed you in any way, just take a breath and let's do this together. Take a breath, nice deep breath into the belly. Hold it for 3-4 seconds. Breathe in for 3-4 seconds, hold for 2, and then breathe out for 4 to 6 seconds. And simply say to yourself, I am loved. I love myself. I am enough. And dear ones, you are enough. Or you can also say, these memories do not define me. I am not defined by my memories. I am not defined by these memories. I am not defined by the emotions contained in these memories. And let that be enough, because you are enough, dear child. That you are loved. You are supported. You are courageous. You are loved. And know that everything begins and ends in love. Till next time, beautiful souls, remember to be the love, be the light, be the all.